All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to Friday edition of the Steve Malzberg Show. What you saw there happened a couple of days ago at a McDonald's in Brooklyn, New York. After school, the good little students wanted to play. So they went and had a fight inside a McDonald's. People watched. Nobody did anything. I don't think that store employees who might have been 17 and 18 should have gotten involved. They probably would have gotten the crap beaten out of them too. But they did eventually, I guess, call 911, but not before this 15-year-old girl was beaten unconscious. I can never say conscious and conscience. Unconscious. And you saw after she was laying there motionless, they still stepped on her head. They still kicked her. They still dragged her. What is wrong with our society? Now, there was no racial element here. These were black girls beating up a black girl with a bunch of black kids watching. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? And I am told that this is not an aberration. This is not an aberration. This goes on more than you would know because the media usually doesn't want you to hear about it. Gee, why? Had that been a bunch of whites beating up a black girl, or maybe even a bunch of black girls beating up a white girl, then you would hear about it. Then CNN would talk about it, Sonny Hostin would come out, and the rest of them, because that's how they make their living. But just blacks beating up a poor, defenseless black girl? So what? Al Sharpton, where the heck are you? No money to be made here. What's he going to get? A free Whopper? Big Mac? I'm sorry, I worked at McDonald's. I should know the difference. He has no interest in this. No interest in black-on-black crime. No interest in a 15-year-old girl being beaten to a pulp by other black girls. Only if that black girl was beaten by white girls. Then Al Sharpton would feel so bad for that girl and her family. Do you see what's going on here? Now, you want to hear one of the most asinine things you've ever heard in your life? Eric Adams. Eric Adams is the Brooklyn Borough president, okay? Eric Adams is an African-American. You can't see him here, so that's what I'm telling you. Eric Adams is a former cop. He led a group, I believe, called, I forget, some black law enforcement group, which was always, in my view, on the outside of the mainstream, way to the left. So now he's borough president. He sees what happens here in his borough. This girl getting almost beaten to death by girl thugs. And this is what he says it shows. You ready? Here it is.
We need to open our school buildings.
We have to identify where the resources is and make sure that we put them in the community so that these kids have something to do, so they don't have to hang out at a McDonald's looking for recreation.
I don't know even what to say. I mean, I've heard dumb, stupid, ignorant, blind things on this show. In my 30-plus years in the business, I've brought a lot of them to you. But we have to keep the schools open for after-school activities? And that would have prevented this? These kids don't want after-school activities in a school building. They'd beat the hell out of each other in a school building. But this is the mindset. This is the mindset. What kind of society have we become? And where is black leadership? We'll talk to Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson about this a little later. But where is black leadership? Where's anybody who gives a rat's behind about that girl between Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Eric Holt? I know she wasn't dead, but she could easily have been killed. She was out. And they were stuck. Can we run it again? And they were stomping on her. So let's run the first cut again, if we could, that we came out with. My God. But nah, silence. Just watch this. Just watch this. I mean, I could have showed you the whole 2 minutes, 3-minute version of it. The whole version. Look, kicking, punching. And she's a fighter. She's not laying down and taking it. And then I went, well, then I don't know if you even saw it. I cut to the end of the video. It should have all been in one video. That didn't show it. I hope the first one did. Where she was out. She was motionless on the ground, and they couldn't contain themselves. They kept kicking and stomping and stepping on her head because they're animals. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where's anybody addressing this? Because this goes on all too often. John Yoo is next. Don't go away.